wanted to speak English more fluently, but maybe felt a bit stuck, like, where do I even start? Or perhaps finding time to practice just feels impossible with everything else going on. If that sounds like you, well, this deep dive is for you. We're looking at some surprisingly simple daily habits backed by some interesting ideas. Today, we're digging into a really practical guide that's all about daily English practice. Our mission really is to pull out the absolute best, most actionable strategies from it, the things that can help you improve your fluency step by step, consistently.
Exactly. And the core idea in this source, which I think is really important, is that it's not about, suddenly becoming perfect overnight. It's much more about the power of doing small things every single day. Consistency. And these techniques we're going to talk about, they're designed to fit into pretty much anyone's schedule, even if you think you're incredibly busy. It's really about using small, repeated actions to build up real skill over time.
Okay, let's unpack this then. What's the very first tip? The one that, when I first read it, I thought, is that it? It seemed almost too basic. It's called Speak 5 Sentences Daily. The idea is super straightforward. You pick 5 short sentences and you just say them out loud. The guide gives examples like, I'm feeling good today.
Right.
Or I will go to college now, maybe. What's your plan for dinner? Simple stuff.
Yay.
So what's the actual power behind just saying 5 sentences? Is it just repetition?
Well, it seems simple.
Oh, right.
But it's more than just repeating words. It's about what some call deliberate practice, but like on a micro scale.
Yeah.
By keeping it to just 5 sentences, you're not overwhelming your brain.
Okay.
It lets you really focus on getting the pronunciation right, the flow.
Yeah.
You start hardwiring those pathways more effectively than if you just, rambled. And it builds that awareness, proprioception of how your mouth feels making the sound.
Ah, okay, that physical feeling.
Exactly, which builds muscle memory and, honestly, confidence. It's foundational. Small wins every day, less intimidating.
Right, makes sense. Build that momentum with something achievable. Okay, so once you're doing that, maybe feeling a bit more comfortable hearing your own voice. The next technique uses something most of us look at every day, a mirror. Mirror practice.
Ah, yes.
It is literally standing in front of a mirror and talking to yourself. The guide suggests starting really basic, like, hi, my name is Shad, I am learning English. So it's not just about catching if you mispronounce a word, is it? It's something more psychological. What happens when you actually watch yourself speak?
Precisely. You're tapping into metacognition, basically thinking about your own speaking process as it happens. Looking in the mirror gives you instant visual feedback. You see how you look when you talk.
Like your expression.
Yeah, your expression. If you look confident, if you're smiling, it helps reduce that anxiety, that self-consciousness, what some call the affective filter, that can block fluency. Plus, you can consciously work on nonverbal stuff, making eye contact, even with yourself. It reinforces the whole act of communicating.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Moving from looking inwards, how do we start picking up those, natural rhythms and sounds from others? Our deep dive found this great technique called watch and repeat.
Right.
This uses short English clips, maybe from YouTube or something similar. And the key is you don't watch the whole thing passively. You pick one sentence, just one.
One sentence.
And you repeat it, trying to sound exactly like the speaker, like an actor mimicking someone.
Yes.
Now, that sounds great for accent and intonation, but I can hear people thinking, why not just watch the whole movie? Isn't more input better? What's the benefit of just one sentence?
That's a really common thought. And look, immersion, watching movies, it's definitely important for overall understanding. But this technique is different. It's about focused imitation, deep mimicry.
Mimicry, okay.
When you isolate just one sentence, you can really break down the prosody, the rhythm, the stress, the melody of the speech. You're not getting swamped by too much information. You zoom in, analyze the sounds, practice articulating that specific pattern precisely. It's quality over quantity for nailing pronunciation and flow.
Got it. So it's laser-focused practice.
Yeah.
Okay, from external models to self-assessment. This next tip uses the tech we all have in our pockets, recording your voice.
Oh yeah, this is a good one.
The source suggests just using your phone. Record yourself speaking English for maybe 30 seconds. Then, and this is the important part, you listen back to it.
Critically.
You try to spot your own mistakes. Then you record it again, trying to fix them.
Right.
It's like having a private tutor, but it's just you and your phone.
Yeah.
What makes hearing the recording so much better than just noticing errors as they happen?
It's incredibly powerful because it shifts your role. When you're speaking, your brain's focused on generating the language. It's hard to simultaneously monitor everything perfectly. But listening back, You become the analyst. You hear things, pronunciation, grammar, pauses much more clearly than you could in the moment. And that cycle. Record, listen, analyze, correct, record again. It speeds up learning because the feedback is immediate and yours. There's no judgment, so you're more likely to actually do it and learn fast.
Yeah, it takes away the pressure. That's
Yeah.
brilliant. Okay, finally, the last tip we pulled out feels really foundational. It's about building your word bank. Learn 3 words daily.
Simple, but so effective over time.
The idea is pick 3 new English words every day, find out what they mean, and then this seems key, make your own sentence using each word.
Yes, the application is crucial.
The examples are like, confident, I am confident today, or hungry, I'm feeling hungry now, or I have to prepare my homework.
hmm So, what's the long-term magic here? 3 words doesn't sound like much each day.
It's the cumulative effect. It's like compound interest for your vocabulary. 3 words a day is what, 90 words in a month? Over 1,000 in a year? That adds up significantly.
Wow, yeah, it does.
And the act of creating your own sentence moves the word from just passive recognition, like, oh, I've seen that word, to active recall. You're making connections, putting it in context. That's how vocabulary actually becomes usable in spontaneous speech. It gives you more tools, more options when you talk. So when you put all these pieces together, speaking English starts to feel, well, less daunting, easier even, because you've made it a habit. The big message from this source is really start small, start daily, and crucially, just don't stop. It's that steady, consistent effort that really makes the difference. Those small actions build up.
Right. So what does all this mean for you listening right now? It means that big goals like becoming fluent in English, they aren't always about huge dramatic efforts. They can absolutely be broken down into these small, consistent, manageable daily steps. It's really a different way to think about improvement, isn't it? So here's something to think about. If mastering English can be tackled with these small daily habits, what other big challenges in your life, maybe things that feel overwhelming right now, could you approach the same way? Starting small, making it a daily thing, and just not stopping. Definitely something to mull over.